Okay, so this is Augie and Lucy's Roadmap to Success. And we just finished our training session today, and I want to go over a couple of things we talked about. One of the first things being no furniture for the next 30 days or until the behavior improves, and then it's furniture with permission. Now we're adding this in because we want to help kind of demote him into being more like in a child-parent relationship instead of an equal relationship. So he's looking to his guardians for leadership direction. And again, that's not to be aggressive, it's just to help him kind of be demoted so he looks to you for direction and he doesn't assume on those responsibilities. Because if he sees himself as an equal, listening is optional. Okay, so no furniture for 30 days. That doesn't include the bed unless he's still having a lot of consistent issues, and then you can include the bed as well. And then furniture with permission. Remember that means then you can ask him to sit and then invite him up. If he were to get up on the couch and then he wants to go over get a drink of water, he has to ask for permission to get up back on the couch as well. So it's not just because you said yes once that now he gets to jump back up. So permission each and every time. Keep doing other things that you're doing really well. I'm really happy about these things, so I just want to remind you to keep them up. Have him sit before you throw the toy. Have him sit before feeding him and going outside. Those are all great things. And to add on to that, remember our petting with a purpose. Have him sit before you give him attention. That way we're reinforcing that good behavior, being calm, good energy. We'll get him even more attention than being more hyper and kind of getting into things. If he is laying down though, you do not have to ask him to sit. Laying down, great, pet him like that too, because it's encouraging him to be that calm. We already kind of saw some of that change tonight. Once we started working on this, he was laying down more and more because he realized that he'd get more attention, and we also coupled that with getting some training sessions in, so he's getting yummy treats in between, so he really wanted to lay down then. So yes, keep making sure you pet him, because it's just as important to tell him what to do, if not more important to tell him what to do than what not to do. We want to show him what we're looking for so he knows how to make us happy. God's a good boy. And then what we use is the clicker training method. I just want to remind you to get a clicker. You can get one on Amazon or most pet stores. And the goal for that is just to be more precise and to give you more space, so that way you can work with him at a greater distance. Remember that the clicker doesn't replace the treat, but it does. It's a kind of a signal that a treat is about to come. So we use the method that in the video above this one, so refer to that one as the base for how you're using this method. But you can use it in other scenarios too, pretty much any scenario that you want to. So if he is, we practice having him go towards the door. We did put a leash on him so he couldn't bolt to the end of the leash, or he could, but he can't get all the way to the guest. When he turns his head away and starts to look back towards you, click, give a treat. Eventually when he kind of ignores the guest coming in, click, give a treat. You can do the same exact method with the kids outside. If they're running around playing and he's really excited, have the leash on, same thing. When he starts to ignore them, click, give a treat, click, give a treat. And then eventually you can work on using dog food as the treat, so you can decrease how the value of the treat, if you will. And then after a couple of weeks of doing that, you can start to phase out and start to just pet him, tell him he's good. Don't forget how important that step is, because if you go from rewarding him with food to nothing, he's probably going to go back to chasing the kids, going to guests, and kind of jumping up towards them. So don't forget to reward him for being really good and petting him. Another thing that we discussed briefly is that I want to reiterate is in real moments when you're not actively training with him, say the kids are playing with some toys and you notice him walking over, he sniffs them and walks away, doesn't try to grab them, do anything like that. Don't forget to pet him. We really want to reward that good behavior, so he starts to learn, wow, when I don't grab at things, I get lots of attention. Because in the past, he's probably learned when I grab things, I get lots of attention. So we're flipping this around to teach him ignoring that type of stuff, or at least not picking it up, not stealing things from the kids is how he's going to get even more attention, and that's what really matters. So other little things, remember trying to keep training sessions so about 5 minutes or less is ideal, especially if you can do it twice a day, so only 10 minutes of training a day, and 2 5-minute sessions is perfect. You'll make more progress than if you're spending 1 hour a day, because he'll be able to get that nice break, and those short time sessions is about all he really has time to focus on. So short time periods, focus on those, and keep your training sessions brief. And then lastly, I want to remind you that everything you do trains your dog, only sometimes you mean it.